Alright, y'all, we got when a killer wife realizes everything was recorded. We finna get right into this, see what's it about. Make sure I run the likes up, subs to me, all that good stuff, man. Y'all can follow me on Twitch. We be live on Twitch. So y'all come and tune in over there. Shout out to Insanity Body Cam. If y'all want to watch this video without my commentary, there you go. Insanity Body Cam. Or search up the title When a Killer Wife Realizes Everything Was Recorded. Boom. Simple. But yeah. But if you stay here to watch me commentate, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you. We're gonna get right into it. Let's get it.
It's 6:20 p.m. on September 8th. 33-year-old Colin Turner is locked in his garage. His wife, Bree Kuhn, forcibly trapped him inside their own house after an argument involving their three children.
Person that run this channel,
he decides to call 911, hoping for help, but things would quickly spiral into tragedy.
Well, I'm gonna say it's AI, but the commentary and the edits and the information that they gather is fire, bro. Like they do their research. Bottom line.
Sheriff's Office emergency.
Hi, you guys have been out to my house twice today, and then most recently the deputy talked my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. And then when I tried to
Dang.
What was that?
You just shot me!
Got the security with somebody to keep driving. She just shot him.
Immediately, the dispatcher realized
His wife is a crash out, bro. She popped this man while he on the phone with 911. Damn.
realizes the severity of the situation, rushing officers to the scene. However, these officers have no idea what they are blindly walking into, because Kuhn isn't just anyone. She is a high-ranking officer in the U.S. Navy. But to understand how things escalated this far, we first need to look at the events that took place prior to this call, because this wasn't the first time police showed up to Bree and Colin's house that day. In fact, police had been to the house 2 times prior to the shooting.
That's crazy.
The first 911 call would be made by Bree at 12:53 p.m., where she would make a worrying claim.
Sheriff's Office emergency. Hi, can I have a police officer come to my address? 6184.
Okay, what's going on?
My husband pushed me up against the wall and threw me on the floor.
Okay. Does anyone have any weapons?
No, there's guns in the house.
And what's your first and last name?
Bree Kuhn, but I don't want him to take my daughter.
Okay, give me one moment so I can have my deputies on the way, okay? Don't hang up.
Police immediately rushed to the scene. Upon arrival, however, they were met with an unexpected sight. Colin, Bree's husband, was seated outside, already waiting for them. Not Bree, who had made the 911
This
call.
shit crazy, bro.
We talked to you guys separate. His daughter, if I go inside, when we go inside and talk to you.
She's got a shotgun and her pistol in the bedroom with her.
Okay.
And my pistol is on the dashboard of my truck. I'll put it there all pretty for you.
Okay, you stay out here, man.
I'm still in.
Her name's Bree.
Her name's Bree. She got both kids in there with her.
All right. Do me a favor and lift your shirt up a little bit.
Yeah.
So why don't you give me a rundown on what happened during your argument?
All right. So she called you right now because she figured out that I want to take my kids to my parents' house in Georgia. More for me, I guess, me to have a break from her. A little bit of backstory. In March, she tried to after she was inpatient, and then she was outpatient group for a while. She got kicked out of that group. So she was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder in March or April. Got kicked out of her first therapy group, got kicked out of her second therapy group, and she skipped her last 2 individual therapies.
Okay. Well, so what happened today causing her to pick the phone up and call? I guess she called 911. I didn't look.
She found out I was I was packing my car.
That's what the upset was.
Yes.
That you're going to Georgia to see their grandparents.
Yep.
And then is she was she allowed to go? Like, did you plan on her coming?
No, I didn't plan on her coming.
Okay, you're just gonna do it, take a break?
Yeah.
And they're your kids, right?
They're my kids.
Okay, y'all are married, had kids?
Married.
They're your blood?
They're both of our kids, and then I have a stepdaughter who's probably gonna be here about 45 minutes from school.
Okay.
And my stepdaughter is fully hers legally, and she told me before, if I Kylie's my 12-year-old. She said, "You take, like, I can't stop you from taking the little kids because they're yours. But if you take my 12-year-old, I will press charges."
Colin clearly fears for his kid's safety because of Bree's mental health, and he tried to take matters.
I don't blame him, bro. Like, he wanted to take a break. He's taking the kids to go see, you know, their grandparents. And technically, now that they married, the stepdaughter becomes. I mean, I think he got an adopted stepdaughter though. He has to adopt that daughter.
Papers.
Yeah, but yeah, you probably should have just left that one out. You should have let. I'm not saying not include that kid into anything, but yes, like she said, you don't have like the full rights over that kid. So, the two little ones, they belong to you. Yeah, just go ahead and take them. You know, as the father, you allowed to do that. She can't stop you from that.
Into his own hands. He had decided that taking the kids away temporarily would be best for them, but Bree refused to let this happen.
That's crazy.
This morning, my laptop was missing. Been all around the house for it. Finally, like, wait a minute, the dishwasher was running all night with my fucking MacBook in the dishwasher. $2,500 computer. So it was the start. Well, I guess culmination of a long bad path. And cut me off from all the credit cards she has control over. She's the primary breadwinner in the family.
It's worth noting that
clearly hearing that she's in the military, so you get the benefits all off of her. I thought they both was in the military. I ain't gonna lie, but now that he confirmed,
so you think
make that assumption? I ain't want to make that assumption and to be like, oh, she the breadwinner. She wear the pants. Of the
you think that crib is in her name?
Of course. That
look like a military. They on a military base. That look like military housing, whatever.
No, I don't think so. They might be living off post because these ain't military police. I know the difference between military police and the regular ones, bro. Like military police don't get they don't get no respect. No lie. I'm not saying that
they do got that badge,
I'm just saying,
the MP badge.
Military police, yeah, they got the little patch because they got the military uniform. Yeah, military uniforms on with the patch. But military police, people, I don't even think regular police respect them like that for real, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think they think the same thing that other people think. Like, damn, y'all really just, you know, because on post, you gotta think the most craziest thing that's gonna happen on there is probably a military man beating his wife, or vice versa. The wife beating the military man, so they get them type of calls. That might be the worst thing. So it's like, and they probably give out hella speeding tickets all day long, because technically, that's all they really gonna be able to do. Like, it's nothing crazy that's happening on military bases like that for real, bro. It's kind of controlled. I'm not saying nothing can't happen, but like worse than that. But for the most part, it's controlled, bro. You know, if you do anything on a military base, it's automatically a felony. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Colin had also been in the Navy, but had retired early. With little financial support from him, Bree took on the responsibility of covering the family's expenses, and her job as a high-ranking Navy officer became the primary source of income for the family. Perhaps that's why she felt entitled to take away all of Colin's credit cards. But that would not be the only thing she tried to take away from him.
It's not healthy for the kids to be around it. She's made repeated comments to the kids, both the 3- and 4-year-old, since, well, today. When police are coming to save us because Daddy hurt Mommy. First of all, I didn't. Second of all, you don't tell a child that.
Sure. Was at any point in time, did it get physical?
I told you I tried to grab my daughter last night, and she got physical and stopped me. So I backed the fuck off at that point. That kind of allegation is the last thing I need.
At this point, police couldn't intervene without clear evidence of violence. Colin denied laying hands on Bree, and with no visible injuries, signs of a struggle, or immediate threat, officers decided to leave.
He's a decent-sized guy. He will hurt that woman, bro. If he hit her, grabbed her, or anything like that, it's gonna be aggressive.
She is scrawny. Yeah, she's scrawny as
the residents. But just before they left, Colin made a chilling remark.
It's gonna be the first who crosses the line, you know?
It sucks, man.
Yeah. Well, we can't be getting too far into people's lives. I mean, if a crime occurred, yeah, good to go.
But what? A crime
occurred. So if she slapped across the face and you got claw marks and a red handprint on your cheek, that's different. You say, yeah, she slapped me. I believe you. I see the handprint. I almost wish.
Nobody could have expected that this comment would eerily predict the tragedy that was about to unfold.
She was all the way there with it.
Dispatch would receive a second call at 5 p.m., just 4 hours after the initial one. But this time, from Colin.
My wife has locked all the doors and said I'm not allowed to come in. So I'm outside with my daughter screaming that she wants to go inside and I can't.
Okay, what's your...
Dang, so she did that in front of
y'all
your
talking
daughter,
about your
bro?
lunch today?
Oh,
Yeah,
nah.
and you said
Yes.
that now your wife is not allowing you to come outside?
Come inside, yeah?
Come inside the home?
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't there like another child home as well?
Yeah.
Right?
My
Another child?
4-year-old's inside. She said he's napping, and my 12-year-old stepdaughter is inside.
At this point, Bree has chosen to lock Colin out of the house, along with their 3-year-old daughter. And with the couple's arguments becoming increasingly tense, the police return to resolve the situation.
Hello. Yes, sir, indeed. What can I do for you? I'm DavidBWylin with North County Sheriff's Office.
My wife won't let me in my house.
Okay, is this wife?
Yep. So,
Okay, can I talk to you over here? Ma'am? Hey, can I just have you wait right there for just one moment, okay? So what's going on today, sir?
she's got mental health stuff going on. I was trying to leave for Georgia to get a break from her for me and the kids earlier today. And she called you guys. Took my photo ID, all my access to money and everything.
Okay.
And then took the kids inside and locked me out. So I've been locked outside in my driveway
Okay.
for the last couple hours.
You live here?
Yeah, we're co-owners. We both.
Okay.
So I've been on the phone with family advocacy through
Okay.
the Navy and all that most of the day. So I haven't cared that I'm outside
Okay.
until she came outside with my daughter on the porch screaming. So I came over and she gave my daughter to me, and that's kind of like the last straw.
You guys,
So,
are you guys still married?
I mean, for now, yeah.
It's still legal as common property.
What's that for now?
Yeah, so she's not allowed to stop me from entering my house.
If it's your house and you still live here, by all means, you got to enter your home. However, you got to enter your home.
Yeah, so she's allowed to change the locks, and I'm allowed to break a window. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not telling you to break a window. If you want to, I mean, it's your property. However, you got to get into your house. You got to get into your house. It's your home, and you live here, and you've got your items in there. If you got to get in, however you got to get in.
You can't like escort me in, and let me in.
Well, I'm gonna talk to her in just a second. But we'll figure out what's going on. But at any point with this argument, was it physical? Was it anybody hit, scratch, kick, bite, push, anything like that? Poke, anything even? Okay.
Yet again, Colin expresses that nothing physical had happened between the two, and Bree's mental health spiraling out of control is the reason for their ongoing argument. But with Bree now outside, the officer makes his way over to her, and she describes her side of the story much differently.
And so he's wanting to take him to Georgia.
Yeah, I was talking to him about wanting a divorce, and he said that he can take the kids to Georgia, and he can because we're still married.
Okay.
Got into an argument about it. He pushed me up against the wall. He threw me onto the floor in the bathroom, and that's when I called the police earlier today.
Okay.
Then I locked him out.
Okay.
Well, he had been in contact with my command.
Okay.
So he said that there's allegations of emotional abuse.
Okay.
So obviously I don't want him in there.
Okay.
You know, him and I arguing in front of the kids, so I locked him out. My daughter, she wakes up sometimes, like in her oval from naps or whatever.
Sure.
And it's usually like him and I will
It's
pass
a
her
song,
back
yes,
and forth
they got in the background.
kind of
Oh.
stickle who she wants better. So she woke up from the nap and
When you say your daughter, you mean that one?
yeah, when she woke up like that, I brought her out here because she's used to him and I, so I brought her out here. So he can help calm her down.
What sense did that make? She's used to him and I. You're saying that he could calm her down easier than you can. That's technically what you're saying. You trying to tiptoe that. It's alright. Because why else would you bring her out there then? Like he could most likely calm her down and get her right easily. Because she like him more. Maybe not even that. It ain't about her liking him more. It's just she feel more comfortable with him. And it's just what it is. Sometimes it be like that.
He snatched her from me and then started trying to use her to, I don't know.
Okay.
He said, she doesn't want to come in the house unless Daddy's there.
Okay.
Being manipulative.
Okay.
It's not a good environment.
It's his house too, right? And he lives here too? So we can't lock each other out of the house. I mean, if we do, he's got every right to enter the house however he's got to enter the house.
Yeah, that's
Okay. And same thing, if we change the locks, he's got every right to get in the house however he's got to get in the house, okay? If he lives here, he's got property here. For the betterment of your daughter, whatever you guys got going on, you got to put aside for the kids. You see what I'm saying?
I agree, but he told me not to talk to him. So
Okay.
I'm not going to let him in the house, but he's going to come in and start arguing.
But
if he said don't talk to me, you're not going to let him in the house because of that. Just go to another room. The house looking like a decent size. Y'all not going to be on top of each other. You can go upstairs. You can stay downstairs. Whatever. Like this officer said, y'all have to put that to the side for the kids, man. Like, you ain't got to do all that in front of the kids.
Bro, she ain't worrying about none of that. She basically saying fuck them kids besides her 12-year-old daughter.
Technically, that's what I'm hearing.
at the same time, that's leaving the child. I mean, that's kind of leaving the child out here fend for herself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. So
Okay.
I don't want him to do that.
Okay. But, I mean, I can't
Child
stop
in
it.
danger.
She's inside the house.
Child endangerment. I mean, the dad is with the daughter, so I can't say child endangerment, but low-key how this officer explaining it, that's what it sounds like.
But that's fine. I just wanted him to me so that she's not out here.
Okay.
They said earlier that since I didn't have any bruises, and there was nobody to witness
Right.
Him getting physical with me, that they should do.
Despite Bree accusing Colin of assault,
Hey.
the deputy found no evidence of injury
Pause that
or
shit.
signs of an
Pause that shit.
altercation.
Since they didn't find any signs of physical altercation, like him being physical with her, you feel like that's why she was just like, you know what, fuck this shit. I ain't about to argue, bro. Cops don't believe you, put your hands on me, and she just popped his ass.
I mean, he could have, but like I said, this guy is kind of like big, bro. She said he threw me onto the floor. He grabbed me, pushed me against the wall. You will see like handprints on this woman, bro, because he gonna have to grip her. Like, he ain't gonna just be able to slightly touch her and then move her. He gonna have to
Keep in
grab her
mind,
and then boom. Like, it's too
he's
much.
ex-military, so
Bro,
the combat shit that he know and that she know, he probably like, yeah, he would have slung her ass.
Exactly though. Like, I don't think he did that, man.
On either of them and left the house once again. No one could have anticipated just how much this situation was about to escalate, changing the life of this family forever. And it's in times like these where you realize how quickly life can change. Life can change in an instant. That's what happened in November 2021, when a father of two, who was tragically shot and killed while attending a pop-up party held at an Orlando business complex that lacked proper security. His grieving family needed help fighting for accountability, facing powerful property owners. They turned to the sponsors of today's Gear was
Call Morgan and Morgan.
My arm, both of the big doors. You guys.
Sheriff's Office emergency.
Hi, you guys have been out to my house twice today, and then most recently the deputy talked my wife into letting me in the house, and then she locked me in the garage and tried to break my arm when I was trying to get back inside. She's currently got me locked in the garage because earlier she broke both of the big doors, and then when I came out here to fix it after getting in the house earlier, she locked the door behind me. And then when I tried to...
What was that?
She just shot me!
Oh, I got the shooting. Somebody, she's driving. She just shot him. I just heard 4 shots. Sir, are you there?
Hell no.
Gone.
Sir, are you there?
That's close range. He's gone.
He's not answering.
He's gone.
Chillingly, the line went silent. The dispatcher would let Colin know that officers were on their way.
My last day being a 911 operator. If I heard somebody get killed over the phone,
that
that's
shit
crazy, bro.
You have to, bro.
Bro.
You have to live with that shit
It ain't
in your
living,
brain.
it ain't even about living with it. It's just the fact that,
bro,
I heard that, like, and I couldn't do nothing about it. Like,
you witnessed somebody getting murdered.
Exactly.
On the phone.
But to no response.
Crazy.
All police in the area were quickly notified and raced to the scene.
Over the door. I'll use the wrong dollars.
Y'all done been out there 3 times. Y'all need to snatch that lady the fuck up. He and that motherfucker lifeless.
Can we open this?
Police would arrive just minutes later, but by then, it would be too late. Colin was found deceased in the garage, lying in a pool of his own blood. While forensic investigators processed the scene, other officers secured Bree, who appeared to be in a state of shock.
This is WO. Come here, sweetheart. It's okay.
Are you in charge?
Well, do me a favor. Can you, if they're working on it right now.
Okay.
I need you to go with this deputy, have her see her car. She's going to hang out with you.
Take her. I'll get EMS to come check her out. She's the shooter. Where's your kids at?
Right, that's my oldest right there.
Okay.
She's 12. Her dad's name is Runner. He's in the D.
Okay. All right, have a seat. Have a seat.
I don't know yet, man. I just got here.
No, I'm fine. That's with my kids. My husband.
Are kids in the house?
No, they're with the neighbor. He was dead. I saw him and I tried to help, but he was dead.
Well, let's not talk about that right now, okay?
I'm about to
My
say,
kids don't have a
What
dad
do
or a
you
mom.
think was gonna happen? He was gonna get back up like, damn, girl, why you shooting me?
Right? Alright.
it might be like
Right now,
a mental disorder thing. Like she blacked out, boom, that happened, or whatever in her mind. She did that, and then clearly backfired. Now she coming to her senses again, and she and Holly
I'm gonna keep it.
But she do need to be quiet, because like at this point it's an investigation, bro. You got the right to remain silent. Just get a lawyer.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. If I was the husband, she got kicked out of what, 2-3 therapy groups.
Yeah.
Right then and there, bro, you gotta file for divorce if y'all were married at that time. If they were married, he's gone. But if they were married at that time, bro, and she got kicked out of 2 or 3 of those groups,
He was just in love, man.
something's wrong
They
with her,
say
bro.
Love will have you blind. So at the end of the day, that's what it is.
we're just gonna do this for right now, okay?
For your safety for ours, okay?
I'm a murderer.
Listen to me. You're not under arrest right now. You're being nice. Okay? Investigate.
No, you should arrest me. I killed my husband.
Bree immediately tells the officers that she's the one who shot Colin, unsure if he's still alive. She appears stunned and confused. She then says the children are at the neighbor's house, and officers go to verify their safety.
Hello, Mr. Jinx? I'm sorry, Mr. Curtis? Yes, sir. Okay, we're on Jinx. I'm sorry about that. Do you have the 3 children over here that belong to Bree? Yes. Okay. They're here. Are they okay? Can I put my eyes on them real quick? Yes. I think she saw it. She's in there crying, bawling her eyes out right now. He says that she brought them over about 5 minutes ago. No more than about 5 minutes ago.
That's crazy.
So, I don't know which one of the children saw it. The 2 little ones aren't crying or upset, but the 12-year-old, 13-year-old, I think it is.
We'll get
she's obviously upset, so she's obviously seen something. I'm not talking to her.
Yeah.
She's sitting there on the couch. I was just to make sure that victims up.
Yes, they're coming.
With the kids safe and accounted for, Bree is taken to the police station for formal questioning. Though she'd confessed on body cam to shooting Colin, detectives knew that an informal admission alone might not hold up strongly in court, especially given Bree's position as a high-ranking Navy officer. Their goal now was simple: to get Bree's confession documented on record and remove any room for doubt or manipulation later on. But as soon as the interview began, Bree completely changed her story.
I talked to a lot of people tonight. Okay. I feel like your voice is the most important. I want to give you the opportunity to kind of explain.
He pushed me up against the doorway. He threw me on the ground and said nobody would believe me because I was a crazy bitch. I told him that I wanted a divorce. So he was just trying to take the kids. He was in the garage again, and I locked
You
him
knew
out.
how to talk to her, bro. That's a
Tried
quick
coming
way
in,
to
so I
everything
locked the door, and
debunked. She underage. You can't talk to her without an adult.
It was trying to push to go to the door, and I was trying to keep him out. I shot him. He was still coming towards me. I don't think I shut the door.
Bree claims she shot Colin in self-defense. She tells the detectives that she was assaulted by Colin and feared for her safety. However, her story is inconsistent with what the officers witnessed on the scene. Bree had no visible injuries to support her claim, and so the detectives continue pushing for answers to make a clear timeline of events.
Even in the 911 call, tell you that you did it all while he's on the phone with 911. So if you saying it was self-defense, the reason why you shot him, that's bullshit. He was on the phone with 911, talking to them. Then boom, you heard the shot go off, and he was like, "She just shot me." boom, boom, boom. Like, so when did you have to defend for your life? You the aggressor in that situation. Everything you saying is bullshit, bro. Bullshit, bro. Like, come on, man. The 911 call gonna tell on you off the rip.
How many times did you shoot him, Bruce?
I didn't mean to shoot him. He said
You didn't mean to shoot him. You shot the nigga 4 times. Now I get it. A gun going off accidentally, but you made 3 more shots. Now understand. That's intentional.
That was in your court. The ball was in your court,
That's
bro. You could
intentional
have
at that point. You can't
one shot with
That's crazy. You can't even lie and say that. You shot 3
the
more
operator.
times, and it was
The
spaced
operator
out.
heard 4 shots, bro.
She
heard 4 shots,
she
bro.
Full of shit, bro. She full of shit.
His face.
RP to this man, bro. RP to this man.
You took this all away from him, bro.
Where did you get the gun? When you said you came to the door, did you already have the gun in your hands? Why did you have the gun when you went to the garage door?
I just wanted them to go. Why didn't they arrest him when I called the police? Why didn't they arrest him? I didn't want him dead.
I wasn't out there.
Bree evades their question by shifting the blame entirely onto the officers. Failing to accept responsibility for the killing, Bree now decides to stop answering any questions entirely.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I have to talk to my dad.
We'll get you a phone book. It's real important for us to understand your perception of what was going on with your husband.
I don't want to answer any more questions. I have to talk to my dad.
Before we let you call her dad, can we give you just a little bit of information so you understand how important it is that we get your statement? Bree, he was on the phone with 911 when this happened. Okay, so we have an audio recording of when this happened, and what was going on.
Boom. Caught.
The only thing that we have on that recording is your husband talking to our dispatch saying that you locked him in the garage.
And you came out there and popped.
Your husband is calm. Okay. And then the second later, the door opens, 1 shot goes off. He tells our dispatch, she just shot me. About 5 more seconds go by, and 3 more shots go off.
Exactly.
Intentional. That is very important information, but we can only see so much of it.
It was me.
What was you?
I shot him. I told you.
What was he doing? You said he made you do
Driving
this.
towards me. No. I didn't say that, and I don't want to answer any more questions. I want to talk to my dad. But I need a lawyer.
Knowing she does not have much of a self-defense case, she brings the interrogation to a
That's not
sudden end.
self-defense, bro.
The officers then allow Bree to call her father, and she wastes no time telling him what went down.
Hello?
Daddy.
Hey.
And I said, hey.
Where are you?
I'm in an office. Daddy.
You're at the police?
Yeah.
You're at the police station?
Yeah.
I killed Colin.
I know you did. I know you did.
Oh, man.
Even to her father, Bree fails to give him a reason for the killing and doesn't confirm that Colin had actually been threatening her at the time. And despite Bree's previous claims, the interrogation ultimately concluded with her being arrested. During her trial, Bree was found guilty of murdering her husband, Colin Turner. Here's what actually happened. After the cops left following their second visit, Colin entered the house to collect his belongings, which Bree had taken from him hours earlier. When Colin stepped back into the garage, Bree locked the door behind him, trapping him inside. It was then that Colin messaged friends and family before making the 911 call. During the call, Bree returned, opening the door with a gun in her hand.
Dang.
While Colin was still on the phone and Bree stood behind him, she fired 4 shots into his back, leaving him with no chance of survival.
I knew it. I knew she had to shoot him in the back. The reason why? Because when on that 911 call, you would have heard him say, she got a gun.
She got a gun.
And then boom, he would have got
got a
popped.
gun.
He never said that. So that means she snuck up behind him. Well, not snuck up. She just opened the door while he's on the phone. And he wasn't thinking like, dang, my wife going to shoot me. He wasn't thinking that. But boom, he get hit. He probably turns around at this point. Oh, she shot me. Boom, falls to the ground, get hit up again. And that, as we heard on the damn 911 call, it was it. He didn't respond no more after he said the first time when he got shot. That junk is sad, man.
In September 2024, Bree Kristen Kuhn.
I knew they was gonna hit her with first degree. That's definitely premeditated.
Right.
You can get
out.
Yeah.
Possibility of parole.
Cook. None of them kids don't have a mother or a father.
Or father. They have to go through foster care. Cause you.
That's crazy, man.
Bro.
Was convicted of first-degree premeditated murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
You're the child's dad?
Yeah, she hasn't seen me in a very long time.
She gotta spend her whole life in that motherfucker, man. Thinking about what she's done.
Yeah, so much for shit, look at her right there. Crazy as fuck looking. Hey. She do look. But see, also I can't even make the judgment off of that, bro. I cause some people just that's how they look. You know, you can't even lie, bro. Oh yeah, the grandparents gonna be able to take the kids. They gonna have like if you
Yes. Or the neighbors could adopt the kids.
No, not them. They can't. They not blood, so it's like it's strong. Like they'll have to literally go through like still gonna have to go through foster care. They're gonna have to wait till they up for adoption just to get them. So that they gonna go to the grandparents. They'll get custody of them, and then if the grandparents don't want them, yeah, they go into foster care, bro. They just how that shit gonna go. But nonetheless, that sucked because the father is gone. The one that actually loved these kids, clearly, he was taking them so he could take them somewhere else, away from that situation. But clearly, literally, not trying to be funny, but it backfired. So it's like, said Ben should have seen her basic training days. Nah, bruh. She probably got worse off as time went, bruh. You know how like football players be getting CTE, bruh, from just getting their head banged in so much, bruh. You know, sometimes it just you gotta go through some, and then it just when you do go through it, it might make you depressed. In this sense, she wanted to unalive herself at one point in time. Then she just started spiraling. So it's like she done went through some shit. She left her ass over. She looked like that. Hey, I see how she looked. I get what you're saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. But some people just look like that. You know what I mean? Like some people just had that look to them. Like, dang, bro, something wrong with them. They all put, but they might be nice as hell. They might be just the kindest person, chill. Like we just perceive them as that. That's why they say don't judge a book by a cover. Now she looked like that and just so happened to actually be, you know, she looked like homegirl from she looked like the grown ass version of Ellie from The Last of Us, the game, from the not the game but the damn show. He said, "I know crazy when I see crazy." That hey, bro, he said, "I done had my fair share of this shit, bro. I know." But that's the end of that one, man.